Hello everyone, this is the next video of Fortinet NSE4 series, and today video we will going to learn SSL VPN some theory parts, and we'll also learn theoretically how we can implement the SSL VPN on the Fortinet firewall. So without any further delay, let's begin the video. So SSL VPN deployment modes. So in the SSL VPN we have two modes. The first one is the tunnel mode, second is the web mode. So in the tunnel mode, it is accessible through a Forti client, means that you have to install the Forti client on your end user machine. Although it is using the virtual adapter on the client host. So on the tunnel mode, the first thing is on the tunnel mode, you have to install the Forti client on the system. Second thing, it is suitable for all ports and protocols. There is no restrictions on the ports and protocol level. The only thing is you have to install the clients on the laptops or the system sites. The second is the web mode. So in the web mode, it runs only the web browser. It means that we do not require any kind of installation. But the only condition with the web mode, it supports only limited protocols. Those are FTP, HTTP, RDP, SMP, CIFS, SSH, Telnet, VNC, and ping. So only these protocols are accessible using the web mode of the SSL VPN. So we can, while configuring the portal, we can select the tunnel mode. First thing, whether you want to enable the tunnel or web mode. Also, we have that like a CLI also available, config with VPN SSL web portal. Edit and then the portal name and set tunnel mode, whether enable or disable it, and set web mode, whether enable or disable it. So in the screenshot, we can clearly see that tunnel mode is disabled and the web mode is enabled. So after web mode enabling, further options are available. Now let's understand about the tunnel mode. So in the tunnel mode, it is connected through the Forti client. Tunnel is up while SSL VPN is connected. So basically, let's say you are using the Forti client and this is your FortiGate firewall. So after connect with the Forti client, means that using Forti client to this corporate firewall, you are building a one tunnel, that is a tunnel from the Forti client and between the Forti client and the firewall. So this called as the SSL tunnel, and this is basically client and this is the FortiGate firewall. So SSL VPN will form between these two components. Now Forti client stabilize the tunnel, assign a virtual IP addresses from to the client from a pool to reserve IP address. So while configuration of the tunnel mode, we have to assign a one IP address on the VPN profile. So during the establishment of SSL VPN, the Forti client will take one of the IP address from that pool which reserved for the VPN users. Also, the thing is that all traffic is encapsulated with SSL TLS. So means that if your connections are being initiated from Forti client between to your FortiGate firewall, those are SSL protected. So means that no can see that, no can like alter the data. So those communications are very confidential and integrity are there. Now the next point will be that any application can be accessed on the client can throughout the tunnel. So that this is suitable for all ports and protocols. Any applications using this tunnel can be accessible. There is no restriction on it. But the thing is, we have to require the VPN client and we can download it from forticlient.com. So this is the major difference. So if I summarize, so tunnel mode required Forti client. It creates a one SSL VPN tunnel. And once after installation, it creates a one virtual adapter named as a Forti SSL. It takes one IP address from virtual IP pool which is assigned on the SSL VPN portal. All communications from Forti client towards the FortiGate firewalls are encrypted with SSL TNLs. Any application can be accessible through these tunnels. There is no restrictions. We can download Forti client from VPN forticlient.com. And in this slide, we'll understand how this communication will happen. So first, the remote user connect to SSL VPN gateway through the SSL VPN client. So this is the one of the 40 client basically users. This is the 40 client software. So on the 40 client, basically, if you go on the real scenario, then you have to provide the IP addresses of your SSL VPN servers, mean that 40 client, and you have to configure the parameters of SSL also. So after those configuration, you have to just after completing those configuration on the profile level, if you see that VPN profile, it is showing here on this screen. So after completing of that profile, user had to provide the username and password which is there. Remote users connect to the SSL VPN through the SSL VPN client. So this is the software. Users authenticated means that user need to provide the user ID and password. In the third step, the virtual adapter creates the tunnel. So means that SSL tunnel will created from the virtual adapters to the FortiGate. So now user can access any resources using this encrypted tunnel. So the first step, user will provide the authentication, and then SSL tunnel will create between your machine to the FortiGate, and then user can access applications privately using SSL encrypted tunnel. Now we have two modes on the tunnel mode. The first one that we know that we called as the split tunnel. So in the split tunnel, either we have options to disable it or either we have to enable it. So let's say if you disable it, all traffic routes through the SSL VPN tunnel to a remote FortiGate, then go to the destination. So basically, let me draw one diagram. So basically what in this saying that, let's say this is your 40 client, basically FC, and now this is your corporate firewall. I will say the firewall, and on the behind firewall we have the internet lease lines we called as a IELL. Now let's say we have disabled the split tunnel. So let's say I'm trying to access google.com. So that google.com will forward to the corporate firewall, and from corporate firewall it will reach to the internet using the firewall which is placed on the corporates. So the overall topic would be like any traffic which is generated by this FortiGate client, destination to the whether it is publicly or whether it's a private, will send forward to the FortiGate, and FortiGate will, if it's public, it will go to the internet, and if it's a private, it will maybe some core switch or something, it will send to on the particular core switch. So this is the flow of the in case of tunnel, in case of split tunneling disabled. Now the next is enabled. So only traffic which is destination for a private network routed through the FortiGate. So in this case, let's say I am on the FortiGate client FC, and now this is my FortiGate firewall, and now this is my core switch basically, which is connected from firewall, and now this is my lease line connections which is taken on the corporate side. Now when user is trying to access any private IP addresses, let's say 10 and 20 or 172, so those traffic will hit to the FortiGate firewall and sent to the core switch. And also user is having their local internet access, which we can say like this. This is broadband, I would say broadband. So if user is trying to access the google.com, it will forward to this broadband. It will not send to this corporate firewall. It will not send to the corporate firewall. Only the private ranges which is present on this FortiGate firewall will forward it to this corporate firewall. Other than that, any destination which is known as internet based destination, which will directly send to user broadband, and from broadband they can access it. Means that no required to send on the FortiGate firewall on the corporate side. So this is the majorly two differences. Now let's see the more. All traffic routes through the SSL VPN tunnel to remote FortiGate, then destination. This includes the internet traffic, which I explained. And egress firewall policy is required, means that we require the firewall policy. If we enable it, only traffic destination to the private network is routed to the remote FortiGate. And internet traffic used local gateway unencrypted route, means that those are encrypted route, they will send directly to internet. And now conserve bandwidth and allocative bottlenecks, and there is a no traffic inspection. So basically, if we are enabling it, this is there is a no inspection by FortiGate, which is one of the drawback. But if we enable it, all traffic sent to the FortiGate corporate firewall, which leads to the higher bandwidth utilization on the corporate firewall side, which is not recommended at this stage. So now let's talk about some rough idea how we can configure it. In the later video, I will show on the FortiGate VM also. How we can configure SSL VPN on the user as a client. The first is set up a user account and groups for the remote users. So on this is the first user and authentication. So on this side, we have to create a users who can leverage or access SSL VPN remote. Second, configuration SSL VPN portal, which is this step. In this step, we will configure the SSL VPN settings, also the SSL VPN portal. So these two we have to configure. Also create a firewall policy, which is come to the firewall policy and objects. And as here we have to select the SSL VPN interface, accept and decrypt packets, allow traffic from SSL VPN clients to the internal network and reverse. So basically whatever traffic you want to permit from internet, or you can allow it, both we can create the policy. Additionally, create a security policy to allow SSL VPN to internet traffic. Useful to allow client through the FortiGate to internet when split is disabled. So that is the one thing. And now there is a configuration of portal. So in the portal configuration, we have two things. The first thing is SSL VPN portals. On the portal, we have full access, tunnel access. This is basically a profile. And here we can see the tunnel mode is enabled, web mode is enabled. And the secondary case, web mode is disabled. So on the tunnel mode, we can see it is enabled here. And now here we have to select the enable based on policy destination. Only client traffic in which destination matches the destination of the configured firewall policies will directed over SSL VPN tunnel. So it will send to the SSL VPN tunnel for the policies. And here we have to obviously add the private ranges, and these are the source IP addresses. So in the next video, I will launch a VM, and we'll see this configuration on the FortiGate firewall directly instead of this PowerPoint. So that's it for this video, and I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, please hit the like button. Thanks for watching.